Hello, my name is Presley, and today I'm going to tell you about the most influential person in my life, my dad. The purpose of this speech is to just tell you about the most influential person and why they're so important to me. The idea of this speech is just my dad. He showed me so much about life, and he taught me how to be a man and all that comes with that. He's definitely the most influential person in my life. I'm the best authority to talk to you about my dad because I'm his son, and he raised me. You're going to get to know a little bit about me and my dad and how he raised me throughout my life. The central idea of this is just my life with my dad, and my first main point is going to be my dad, and the next one is going to be how he raised me. And lastly, I'm going to talk to you about how the things I was taught that helped me become a man. So let's move on and get to talking about my dad. First off, my dad is Ron Presley. He's 58 years old. He's just your average working man. He's born in Springfield, Missouri. He's worked at the News Leader for about 30 years there, the local paper in town. He never went to college or anything, but he was still able to support his family. And by working hard his whole life, like I said, he's worked at the last place for 30 years, and he had another job before that where he worked there for, I think, 15. I'm going to talk to you about our family. He's been married to my mom about 22 years, and they had me about a year after they were married. He took in my two half-sisters and raised them as his own, even though he really didn't have to, but they think of him as their dad, and he always thinks of them as his daughters. So, summarize that, my dad just worked his whole life to support his family. Now that I've told you about my dad, I can tell you about how he raised me and why I admire him so much. So, my dad raised me, and he taught me a lot of things. He taught me to always work my hardest at whatever I do, and he wanted me to try to find something that made me happy. Because he always said, if you love your job, you'll never work a day in your life. He always wanted me to further my education because he didn't want me to work in places like he did. But I'm going to school right now, like you guys know. But I'm working 40 hours a week anyways, trying to get myself through that. But hopefully I can do what he wants me to and get done with college so I don't have to work too hard. He taught me to put family first as well. He said family is the most important thing, and when I have my own family, I have to put their best interests first. He always wanted me to chase my dreams and be a good dad and father. I just told you about the most influential person in my life. Told you about my father, how he raised me, and the things he taught me to help me become a man. And I hope you learned a lot about my dad, and thanks for listening to me, guys.